Hey guys, today is going to be part 2 of my challenge to build an RC car that can do 150 miles an hour, but on a budget. In the last video, we got the car looking like this, and in this video, we're going to have a look at setup. So without further ado, let's begin. So in the last video, guys, we've got everything laid out onto the chassis here, and if you want to see how we did this, then if you have a look in the description, there's a link to that video. And since the last video, I've just done a couple of things. So first, I put some proper wheels on it. I did have some foams on it before, but they were way too wide. They're rubbing on all the links and everything. So we've got the proper size tyres here, and I've also gone ahead and shortened down these ESC wires, because before, the connectors were reaching all the way over here, and the batteries are here. So the connectors only need to reach a couple centimetres. So we've shortened them down massively, so everything is a lot cleaner. And like I said, in this video, we're having a look at setup. So first, let's have a look at the suspension. So in the last video, we already dealt with the front end. So as you can see, I've replaced the front shocks with these solid links here. We still have a tiny bit of suspension here, but really not much at all. Basically, I replaced the front shocks because no matter what I did to them, the car would still drag along the ground. So as for the back, we still are able to use the rear shocks here. They still will work just fine. But the problem is that if for some reason the back goes lower than the front, then the car's going to do a backflip, which could just end catastrophically. So what I'm going to do is I've got a couple more links here, and we're going to do the same thing on the back as we did at the front, but we're going to make sure that these are a little bit longer so the back is definitely higher.
For the record.
So there we go, guys. As you can see, that's done us an absolute treat, just like the front. If we flip the car on its side here, we can see that we've got an absolutely perfect stance for speed running. The back is higher than the front, and if we compress it down to the max, it's not going any lower than level. Absolutely perfect. So next, let's have a look at the diffs. So if we have a look here, guys, as you can see, we've got open diffs, but we want these to be locked when we're speed running. So what we're going to do is we've got some silicone earplugs here, so we'll open up the diffs, get a few of these in there, and then that will be pretty much absolutely rock solid, which is just what we want. So just me, or does this stuff kind of look like peanut butter? Nope, doesn't taste like it. Ugh, nope, definitely not peanut butter. So here we've got one of the silicone earplugs here, guys, and as you can see, they're quite viscous and they're very, very cheap as well to buy, which is going to fit in the theme with making this car as cheap as possible. And I think this is like equivalent of like more than 1 million CST oil, so that's basically going to lock our diff up solid. So we'll get as many of these in here as we can, and then we'll get it back in the car. So there we go, guys. As you can see, it barely moves whatsoever, which is going to be absolutely perfect. So here we go, guys, that's the rear diff all locked up nicely. So next, I'll do the front one off camera, and then we'll have a look at my toe and caster angle. Alright, so guys, that's the front diff done. So if we have a look at the back here, we've got all kinds of funky angles here with the toe and the caster or whatever it is. But basically, in speed running, you want all these angles to be as close to 0 degrees as possible, because not only will that help the car stay in the straight line, but it's also going to reduce wear on the tyres. As you can see here, we've got loads of angle here on this back tyre, so that it's going to wear down really quickly. So what we'll do is we'll adjust these links here and straighten out everything nicely. There we go, guys. As you can see, that is nice and straight now. The tyre is touching the floor perfectly in the centre, which is just what we want. So next, let's have a look at this tyre here. This one actually looks pretty good, but I think we can definitely do a little something to that, and then we'll have a look at the front. So as it turned out, that wheel was actually fine. It was just my right shock link that was a bit off. So if you look at the front here, guys, this is an absolute mess. I think a few years ago, I tried to make this car rear-wheel drive, and it used to be a drift car, and it went horribly wrong, and I tried to readjust things, and as you can see, I've made an absolute mess of it all, so let's go ahead and fix that. The camber on this wheel is actually pretty much perfect, but on this side, it's completely out. There we go, guys. Absolutely perfect now. All right, so guys, next we're going to have a look at the toe. So as you can see here, it's slightly out of balance. So we'll adjust the two links here, and that will hopefully resolve that problem. There we go, guys. Absolutely perfect now. All right, so guys, the last thing we're going to be doing in this video is getting the body permanently fitted to the car. We'll still be able to take it on and off, but I want to actually have it fitted to the car. At the moment, it kind of just sits on there. And to do that, I'd like to use a Velcroing system because, like I said at the end of the last video, I want to avoid using body posts and things that will stick out the top of the body because it's going to be more aerodynamic. We've really got a nice aerodynamic shape here, and I don't want to ruin that, but end up having big posts sticking out the top. So I guess I'm going to kind of have to freestyle this. So I'll put the camera on record, and we'll see what I come up with. So there we go, guys. Car drives, body fits, absolutely rock solid on there. Absolutely perfect. So there we go, guys. That is part 2 of this build now officially complete. So all we need to do to actually get this car running is fit a servo and do all the wiring and the receiver. And all of that will be in the next video. And as well in the next video, we're going to be taking this car out for its first run. It's going to be hitting the road for the first time. We're going to be seeing if the car works, and then after that, if all goes successfully, we're going to be taking it out for some proper runs, and we're going to be doing that at the 2023 Rossa event, which all should be coming up in the next few weeks. So if you want to watch all that, make sure that you're subscribed and that you press the notification bell. But for now, that tops it off this video. I really do hope you did enjoy it. Make sure if you did that you leave a like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to do that, and make sure to press the notification bell so you don't miss any other cool action. So that's it from me. I hope you have a brilliant day or weekend, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye.